The U.S., or the White House, I should say, has announced the U.S. will send up to 450 more troops. They're calling them advisors to boost the training of local forces. That's in response to the recent setbacks at the hand of the Islamic State and Baghdad's appeal for more help. So how is that word being received on Capitol Hill? There are other issues to talk about as well. Our senior political reporter, Scott Thuman, standing by for us live this afternoon, and he is talking to Virginia Democratic Senator Tim Kaine. Hi, Scott.
Yeah, hi, Dave. Good afternoon. And what a big news day on that front. No bigger voice to talk to, perhaps, on this subject right now than the man joining me, Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, because you have been a leading voice on how we should be handling not only this war effort, but also the AUMF.
Yes.
Let's start with the president's announcement today, or coming out of the White House. They're talking about 450 more advisors, is the term we're calling them, headed to Iraq. Some people are saying not enough. They want to see 10,000. What's the right number of U.S. troops that should be going to Iraq right now?
I don't quibble with the president's number. I think the decision that he's made and his announcement of the work that these advisors will do, helping the Iraqis prep for a major offensive against ISIL, I think it's important work. And it's clear that these are going to be in an advising, not a direct combat capacity. But it should definitely create a more significant sense of urgency about the need for Congress finally to weigh in, have a debate, give shape to, and approve this mission. We're now in the 11th month of war. It's clear, if you just read the news every day, ISIL isn't going away. This threat isn't evaporating. It's getting more and more complicated, and more Americans are now engaged in this risky proposition. So why is Congress still silent? That's why Senator Flake and I decided we really needed to jump start action on Capitol Hill with a bipartisan proposal to approve this mission. And as we've drafted it, it would encompass what the president has proposed here. But we just need to tackle this after 10 months of war.
And it is encouraging seeing bipartisan legislation here between you and your counterpart, Senator Flake. But let's talk about what exactly the noticeable changes would be.
Yeah.
And AUMF, very well, Senator Corker told us this morning, may get to the floor next week. So we are starting to see motion here. What would we actually see different, though, in the war effort?
Okay, so the president sent over a proposal in February.
Similar to yours.
Yeah, similar. We've made some changes, probably in 3 critical areas. The president's proposal about how to deal with the ground troop question used vague language that nobody liked. The Dems didn't like it, the R's didn't like it. So what Senator Flake and I have done is we've tried to solve the differences between the Democrats and the Republicans on the ground troop question by not putting any restrictions on the commander-in-chief, but basically saying this authorization has a purpose, and the purpose is to protect American lives, to help regional partners as they battle against ISIL, and significant use of American ground troops in battle against ISIL, except to save American lives, is not consistent with the purpose. So we use a purpose definition to try to give shape to the mission. We tackle some of the concerns that our colleagues have raised about the status of the mission in Syria. In Iraq, it's one thing. The government of Iraq has asked for our help.
Right.
The government of Syria isn't asking for our help, and the civil war there makes it complicated, and we tried to address that different strategic change.
But let me ask you on that subject
Our senior political reporter, Scott Thuman, having a protracted discussion there with Tim Kaine, and we'll have more of that discussion coming up this afternoon here on News Channel 8. We invite you to join us for that.